Representative John Conyers, the powerful Michigan Democrat currently embroiled in a series of sexual harassment allegations, announced Sunday that he was stepping down from his position as the ranking Democrat member on the House Judiciary Committee. After careful consideration and in light of the attention drawn by recent allegations made against me, I have notified the Democratic leader of my request to step aside as ranking member of the House Judiciary Committee during the investigation of these matters, Conyers said in the statement, according to the Detroit Free Press. I deny these allegations, many of which were raised by documents reportedly paid for by a partisan alt-right blogger. I very much look forward to vindicating myself and my family before the House Committee on Ethics, the scandal-ridden 88-year-old added. Conyers was referring to Mike Cernovich, the right-wing media personality who had originally obtained documents from a sexual harassment lawsuit that Conyers settled back in 2015. However, the documents were turned over to BuzzFeed for verification specifically because Cernovich said he didn't want Democrats to try to discredit the story by attacking the messenger. Trending, 10-year-old girl opens alligator mouth to free leg, keep from being swallowed. The documents, which were verified by the liberal-leaning news outlet, include several affidavits by people who said they were either the subject of or witness to improper sexual behavior by Conyers, the longest-serving individual in Congress. BuzzFeed subsequently discovered another sexual harassment suit against Conyers that was filed this year by one of his schedulers. In addition, a lawyer who worked with Rep. Conyers on the Judiciary Committee recounted how she was summoned to his office for a discussion only to find out he was walking around in his underwear. It made me increasingly anxious and depressed about going to work every day, Melanie Sloan, described by Fox News as a well-known Washington lawyer said. She added that there was no way to fix it. There was no mechanism I could use, no person I could go to, Sloan said. Meanwhile, Conyers' hometown newspaper, the Detroit Free Press, called for the representative to resign, saying his actions were the kind of behavior that can never be tolerated in a public official, much less an elected representative of the people. He should resign his position and allow the investigation into his behavior to unfold without the threat that it would render him, and the people he now represents, effectively voiceless, the editorial board wrote, noting that Conyers' decision to settle the case by an agreement in which the employee would be rehired and paid for a no-show job was inappropriate. A House member can't retain an employee who isn't performing work commensurate with the pay, and regardless, can't give back pay for work that stretches further than a month, the Free Press said. Related, Democrat under FBI investigation for paying fellow liberal to drop out of race. This agreement disrupted the accepted process to deal with claims against members of Congress, and leverage taxpayer funds, without the oversight of the ethics apparatus of the body itself, to make this claim go away. For the record, affidavits in the suit also accused Conyers of using taxpayer funds to fly in mistresses. But, who's counting? Alas. The aged congressman says that he has no intention of stepping down from either the Judiciary Committee itself or his House seat. Instead, he looks to go before the House Committee on Ethics, which is where legislative misdeeds go to die. As the Daily Wire notes, out of 613 allegations and 75 preliminary investigations lodged in the upper chamber's analog, the Senate Ethics Committee, between 2007 and 2016. A grand total of 0 punishments were meted out to senators. That's some batting average. And the House version is hardly any better. Back when the House Ethics Committee voted to censure the wonderfully corrupt Representative Charlie Rangel by a 9-1 margin back in 2010, did he lose his seat? Of course not. Rangel, who once excused himself from calling members of the Tea Party white crackers by saying the racial slur represented a term of endearment on his end, still represents the people of New York with all of the dignity and class that he did beforehand. This is why politicians like Conyers and Al Franken love the idea of confining judgment of their alleged misdeeds to their peers. The likelihood they'll face any substantive penalty is roughly zero. They're going to ride this out and hope it goes away, in Conyers' case so that his legacy will remain somewhat intact, in Franken's case so that he can possibly rebuild his political career. Either way, John Conyers' decision to step down from his perch atop the Judiciary Committee is a good first step, but it isn't enough. The very fact that he paid his accuser in a roundabout manner designed to keep this from the American taxpayer, who was footing the bill, is enough for him to resign from Congress, to say nothing of the sexual harassment allegations. It's time for him to go. T. Bart, please like and share on Facebook and Twitter with your thoughts on Conyers' decision to step down from his position as the ranking Democrat on the Judiciary Committee. What do you think should happen to John Conyers? Scroll down to comment below. Dear reader, we need to talk. Facebook has targeted our site, preventing over half of our stories from reaching our readers. We believe this is wrong and, honestly, we need your help to continue producing the quality news and opinion we produce every day. You can help make that possible. Donate to help us fund a journalist to fight the corruption in the mainstream media. Subscribe to our email newsletters here. Sign up for push notifications here. This is not available yet for iPhone users, but we are working on an app for iPhones. Stay tuned. Follow first on Facebook to make sure Facebook shows you our content in your newsfeed.